Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Hearthstone. We are working our way down the little mini-series of rebuilding our decks after Blackrock Mountain. Now that we have some new cards and some new understanding of cards, hopefully, we're going to be doing the Hunter. Turns out, if you click on your deck, which is a bit of a spoiler because I've already rebuilt the deck, but I'm going to go through it again and rebuild it again. But that's not what I wanted to point out. What I wanted to point out is if you click on your deck and then click crafting mode, it locks down just to the two possible things you can have. So let's do like we have been and just go through the hunter cards and see what they're all about. This one, give a friendly beast +2 attack and immune this turn. Immune meaning that your hero could not. No, not that your hero can't die. I suppose that means that guy, that whoever you give this to couldn't die. Which would be pretty cool. Give it +2 attack, attack something super powerful, and still survive. Battle Cry weapon here gives a random friendly minion +1 attack. It's a 2 mana, 2 attack, 2 duration. It's a pretty good weapon. Call pet. Draw a card if the beast. If it's a beast, it costs 4 less. I'm definitely going to show that off. Actually, you're pretty much going to see the cards that are already in my deck because it says deck limit 2. So, yeah. Doing it this way is not helpful if you're YouTubing. Explosive Trap. It's a secret. When your hero is attacked, deal 2 damage to all enemies. I am very frustrated by Explosive Trap and Freezing Trap all the time, so I'm going to have at least 2 Explosive Traps. Freezing Trap, on the other hand, is when an enemy attacks, return it to the hand and it costs 2 more. I couldn't squeeze that one in. Instead, I went with Misdirection. When a character attacks your hero, instead he attacks a random character. Could be anybody, could be, might even be itself, I suppose, but I don't think it will be itself. The way it's written, it could be, but I don't think the programming is programmed that way. It could be it hits you, it could be it hits your opponent's face, it could be it hits one of your minions, it could be it hits, one of your opponent's minions. So just real randomness. That's probably not a card you really want in your deck. A lot of people play Snake Trap to summon 3 1/1 snakes. I'm not going to. Just couldn't find a use for it because it's a secret and 2 mana and all of that. It's just too much. Definitely gonna have Scavenging Hyena. When a friendly beast dies, gain +2 and +1. I think we skipped over some things. With Flare, all minions lose stealth and destroy any enemy secrets. I possibly would think about using that card. Feign Death, trigger all death rattles on your minions. That is something we've tried in the past with Stalag and Fugan, and it never really worked. So, not going to use that. Now we've done it. Snipe is a secret. When your opponent plays a minion, deal 4 damage to it. It's pretty good, but only that. Here's one that we definitely want to get from Goblins vs. Gnomes. The Steam Weedle Sniper. Your hero power can now target minions. The hero power is to do 2 damage to your opponent's hero, but you can't target minions. Summon this guy for 2 mana, 2 attack, 3 health, which is a pretty good character anyways. But then your hero power can attack minions, so you can do 2 damage to anybody, which is good. It gives you more options. The Eagle Horn Bow, whenever a friendly secret is revealed, gain 1 durability. Even if you filled your deck with secrets, you're only going to get maybe 5 or 6 on the most perfect game as far as durabilities. I don't think I'd bother with that. Destroy a random enemy minion, a little too random for me. For Deadly Shot, Unleash the Hounds. For every enemy minion, summon a 1/1 hound with charge. Now usually you want to have at least 3 enemy minions before you play this for 3 mana, so it's pretty good. Pretty good deal if you play it right. Uh, Metal Tooth Leper. Give your other mechs +2 attack. So maybe if you had enough mechs and we're making a mech deck, you might play that one. Cobra Shot. Deal 3 damage to a minion and enemy hero. It's a pretty good card for 5. Because you're doing 3 to the face and 3 to a minion, and usually that would cost 6 in my book. Explosive Shot. Deal 5 damage to a minion and 2 damage to each adjacent one. You could use that for 5 mana. Yeah, you might consider it. The King of the Beast, it has Taunt, Battle, and a Battle Cry where it gains +1 attack for each other beast you have. Absolutely would love to have King of the Beasts. My deck ended up being full of beasts, and you'll see why in a moment. And if I had this, that would be the card that would make this game this deck really work and succeed. Savannah Highmane, gonna use this. It has a death rattle of it summons 2/2/2 hyenas. 6 mana, 6 attack, 5 health. Pretty good card. The Gladiator's Longbow. Your hero is immune while attacking. It's 5 attack and 2 duration. I don't know if that's really worth it, but I might do it. Here's one of my favorites, Godzilla. It's supposed to be Godzilla, even though that doesn't look like Godzilla. That looks like, I think it's Gandra is the name. Somebody in the comments let me know. Whenever this minion takes damage, double its attack. You could certainly do some massive amount of damage here if you can control it and just double it from 6 to 12, 12 to 24 in 2 damage, 24 to 48 in 3 damage. I mean, you could really have more than enough in 1 attack to win. And that's a pretty good thing. I'd put this in my deck, definitely. And then you have King Crush here, which is Tyrannosaurus Rex. Dinosaur, it is 9 mana, 8 attack, 8 health, but it has charge. You don't get charge usually on a 9 mana thing. So, as far as the hunter cards, it's all about beasts, really. It's all about traps and beasts, pretty much. There's some manipulation going on to give extra attack every now and then, or do some damage, but it's mostly a very balanced system. So we do have in neutral beasts, and that's pretty much what I did. Is I just said, well, are the beast cards that are 1 mana going to work versus any other 1 mana? Normally I would take something like, where is it? Oh, I don't even see it. Well, I might take something like Leper Gnome and summon that, but it's not a beast, so is a death rattle that does 2 damage for a 2/1 better than the Angry Chicken? Well, yes, actually it is, so I wouldn't take the Angry Chicken, and I didn't. I don't see the card that I did take. I took the Starving Zombie Chow. So where's Zombie Chow? I don't know. Well, I'll quit looking for Zombie Chow. Let's keep looking at beasts. So here's one, the Direwolf Alpha we took. The adjacent minions, all minions, have +1. For 2 mana, 2/2, and that ability, that's pretty good. The Owl is a beast, so definitely want that. I put the Knife Juggler in my deck because I'm gonna end up summoning so many beasts. Really, I think the strategy here is to just summon so many creatures and overwhelm them by the number of beasts. So it's almost a complete deck full of creatures with very few spells at all. I can't find Zombie Chow anywhere. Where? Maybe there are specific neutral cards you just can't use, or maybe I just overlooked it. So let's just keep moving on. No beast on this page that I see. So I looked on all of these and thought about if there were anything else that would work. We have these pandas and Pandarians or whatever. I'm surprised they're not their own class and you can't make a Pandarian deck. I'm sure that's going to come in some future update. Big game up hunter, maybe you would consider having that in the hunter deck. It sounds like it would fit, but it doesn't really fit the beast things. Here's a beast you might consider, but I knocked it out after all. It has the poison touch, so it destroys any minion damaged by it. 3 mana, 2 attack, 3 health. It's a little low. It should more be a 3/3/3 for 3 mana, even with the poison touch. It was a pretty early classic card, so I kind of understand why it's underpowered these days. That's how it goes. The early cards get less and less powerful as time goes by. King Mullah here, Mukla, is a 3 mana, 5 attack, 5 health, but he gives your opponent 2 bananas, and a banana is a card for, I think, 0 mana that gives any creature they pick +1/+1. So it's a pretty crazy card to play. I might have it in the Hunter's deck. I might not. Let's keep. It might consider questing adventurer when you play a card gain +1/+1, because we're certainly going to be playing a lot of cards that way. And all of that. What other beasts did we check out? No beast on this page. Beasts tend, I guess, to be somewhat small in their mana cost. Always have to consider Defender of Argus. I opted not to at this time. But yeah, most of the beasts are kinda early game, but there are some late game ones too. So it's not like you have to totally abandon that concept at the end. And we'll see that in a second. But yeah, we're seeing no beasts at all. I wish I had Faceless Manipulator. By far, it would cost me 400 dust, so I'll have to get that at some point. Fin Creeper, interesting that it's not a beast, but it isn't. Here's a battle cry that destroys a beast, so Himmet Nesingwary might not want to have him in your deck. Okay, so it kind of skipped all the way to Stampeding Kodo. Destroy a random enemy minion with 2 attack or less. Interesting. And that's like the next beast between, since we've seen for several pages. You have the Stranglethorn Tiger here. It is 5 attack, 5 health, 5 mana, stealth. That's a pretty good combination there. It's a high cost card, but it's pretty good. And that's a beast, and I want, because I'm going to be using Call Pet, which is the card that draws a card, and if it's a beast it costs, I think, let's see, 4 or less. I want quite a few beast cards that are more than 4 mana, if I can get away with that. I think this probably summons beast. The 2/2 null is a beast, but the Hogger here isn't, which is weird. So I don't know what's going on there. I lied. There is actually a demon in the neutral card. I could have sworn that I saw no demons whatsoever when I was doing the Warlock episode a few episodes back. But look there actually is a demon. Anyways, if I had that card, I probably would have known more about it. So here's the beast, which is a beast. It is 6 mana, 9 attack, 7 health. I would definitely use this card. The only problem with it is its Death Rattle summons a 3/3 creature called Finkel Einhorn for your opponent. But you play this late game, you should be fine if you're careful with it. keep moving on. Let's see. Trogzor, the Earthinator, not a beast. Maybe there's gonna be like a troll series. He kind of looks like a troll. So maybe he'll be a troll. They need to classify these things. They'll get to it eventually. At the end of each turn, gain +1/+1. That's so late game though for 8 mana. I wouldn't use Gruul. Ragnaros is not a beast. Nor is that card. Dragon, dragon, mech, dragon, 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 dragon. Sea giant, not a beast. Interesting. And 2 giants here. They should probably have a giant class, but if they did come out with a giant class, would this be now mech / giant? Are they willing to go down that road and say the Clockwork Giant is a class? Or what they could do is they could have cards that say, like this came about in Magic the Gathering, I know. There were cards that say anything with giant in its name gets this ability or this. And they could do that instead of having 2 classes. So, we're done with Hunter. The old Hunter deck, even though that was the new Hunter deck, we want to move it down to the bottom so we know the order we're going in. So let's build that Hunter deck now. I'm not going to leave you where we're at. I did not use the deck helper. That is something you definitely just start with as a new player, but I don't feel the need to use it. So I used, my first thing was the boar. Where is it? Here it is, the Stone Tusk boar. And got 2 of those. That is a 1 mana, 1 attack, 1 health with charge. We want to have some good, at least 4 good first play cards. And then I took Timberwolf, 2 of those, which is the other beasts have +1 attack, which is fine because this whole deck is just going to be full of beast and nothing else. I took 2 explosive traps and 2 misdirections. So that one, when your heroes attack, do 2 damage to all enemies. Works real well. And then misdirection, when a character attacks your hero, he attacks another random character. I'm kind of experimenting with misdirection. So then I got Bloodfin Raptor, and I'm using my overlay program to tell me which cards I got. So I'm not just memorizing this or reading this off a piece of paper. I'm cheating a different way. Let's see. We did get Cull Pet. 2 of those. This is the card that is kind of the core of our Magic strategy. Really, this is the card. Draw a card. If it's a beast, it costs 4 less. That's pretty much the only Magic card we're playing. Now I'm looking for Direwolf Alpha, which is a neutral card. Turns out 2 mana. Here we go. 2 of those. Adjacent minions have +1 attack. So one is the Direwolf Alpha and the other is the Timberwolf. And they do very similar things. That way you get them confused all the time, I'm sure. Then we only have 1 owl. If I had another owl, I'd bring it in. It would cost me 40 dust to make another owl. It might be a smart move when I have some dust to do that. And then I'm experimenting with Knife Juggler. My only card, I think, that's not a beast in the entire deck. Then I keep trying Scavenging Hyena. And it doesn't ever really work for me, but I'm going to keep trying it anyways. Whenever a friendly beast dies, gain +2, +1. That's fine. Unleash the Hounds, if I had another one of those, I would definitely have that. Let's see. And next one I chose, these are ordered by the number of mana. So that's why I'm going back and forth between the 2. I chose 2 Ironfur Grizzlies. They work. 3 attack, 3 health, taunt. And then multi-shot I kind of like multi-shot. I'm a little bit on the fence about it, but it does 3 damage to 2 random minions. So it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. Stranglethorn Tiger is the next one I chose. Let's see. Stranglethorn Tiger is a 5 mana. Let's come on, Stranglethorn Tiger. Here it is. The 5/5 for 5 with stealth. Took 2 of those. And then Tundra Rhino, which is here. Your beasts have charge. A little bit of experiment. I don't know if that helps or hurts really. By the 5th turn to give everybody charge. Everything except for the Knife Juggler, but I'm trying it. And then Savannah Highmane, definitely want that in my deck. If I had 2, I would have 2 in there. And then, let's see, I've missed something, but we'll deal with that in a second. The last card at the bottom of the list is Core Hound. Oh, I didn't miss it actually. I thought I missed something, but I didn't. So where is Core Hound? It is a 7 attack. Here it is. This is the highest beast I think we can find. We'll double check that. 7 mana, 9 attack, 5 health. So put 2 of those in there, and I don't think there are any more beasts after that at all. None that I have, at least. And so that's the hunter deck I've chosen. Just all beasts except for the Knife Juggler. Every single thing is a beast. Very few spells because we're really only focusing on Call Pet. But even having 2 Call Pets in your deck, it is possible that you would play Call Pet and then draw a Call Pet, and then it would be kind of useless. You just have drawn a card. Or you draw Explosive Traps or Misdirections or Knife Juggler. Anything else is going to work to its maximum ability. But its actual maximum ability would be to draw a Call Pet. It costs 4 less, so this Core Hound costs 3 mana. So let's get into a game and try it out now. Now that we've rebuilt our hunter, it's down here. The last one we will be making is Paladin, so we've done 1/3 of them now. Start playing. By the way, if you've noticed that I sound different, it's because I am sitting up on the closer to my TV, so I can actually read what the cards say. I anticipated I would be doing a lot of reading, rebuilding these decks. It's very uncomfortable. I do not have like a seat at all. I'm sitting on the edge of a bed, so it's very uncomfortable and not something I can do and focus on a game. Not hurt myself actually. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, so I need to. Usually I just recline leisurely like a very lazy gamer when I'm playing Hearthstone. I do have the chair in mind I want to get, but I would take any gaming chair or that anybody would be willing to give me. The one I want to get has a Bluetooth unit, so it would synchronize with my TV and such. Well, I guess that kind of works. That wasn't a great use of Call Pet. I wasted the coin for a 1 mana thing. I could have just summoned a 1 mana thing. And it's just gonna die here. So it has this Bluetooth setup, which is a major reason why I want to get it. There's no really denying that. But there's also in it the fact that it goes to a flat rounded base. It's not one of these chairs that has wheels like an office chair that rolls around, because all of those things are made of plastic, and they've given me trouble in the past, and I don't really want it to roll around. Anyways, I don't want to be in the middle of the game and lean back and then roll away and controllers be unplugged, which I've done before, and is not desirable, not something you want to happen. So I like the rounded base. I like the Bluetooth because it will work with my dish hopper, and so then audio would come out through the back of it, and it will almost certainly work with any computer that I hooked it up with. If I wanted to put sound to the back of my head and then record from the front of my head, thus I could kind of orient the audio a lot better than what the setup now is. Right now this audio is coming out of the TV and then hitting the back of the microphone, which I don't know if the back of the microphone does it catches audio any better or worse than the front of the microphone, so it's all just kind of up in the air, and I just don't know. Right now I don't have a very good microphone, and it'd probably be a smarter move to get a better microphone before I got a chair, but
I'm sorry.
it's an X-Rocker, but it's a special one. A lot of the X-Rockers have FM modulator systems, which is what you normally want. That way you can just plug a digital FM modulator system into whatever device has audio out, and then transmit it wirelessly to it. But I like the Bluetooth for cell phones and the hopper. But if I couldn't get either one of those type of chairs, I would definitely take the DX Racer. I want to try it out. It seems like a lot of YouTubers and have them, and I'm not sure if it's because just DX Racer gives them out to a lot of YouTubers, or if it's because people really do suggest them. They certainly seem like they're thinking about things, but the DX Racers seem like they have a kind of a racing chair idea of cushioning and putting extra pillows and such like that, but I'm not sure if the actual piston that you use to raise or lower the chair is any different than any other office chair, and I'm not sure if the wheels are any different. I just don't know. It kind of seems like to me, if I was to guess, that they just modified the cushioning and the back,
Job's done.
which is a lot of it. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for, is some kind of gaming chair like that. I certainly don't want like a Walmart gaming chair where you just are sitting on the floor and rocking back and forth. Those things are probably not even good for the little kids they seem to be intended for. I want something that has me up. I have pretty long legs, and want to be sitting upright and trying to have good posture if I can at all have good posture. Do I need cup holders? Not really. Do I need special pouches for controllers? Not really. I can certainly rig something for that stuff, or just put a table next to me. But I do need cushioning and support and back support and stuff like that. It certainly is not comfortable, and often sitting on my bed ends up with the bed having getting worn down a little bit, which is ridiculous. It's just like now there's this dimple in the bed where I've been sitting for hours and hours and recording and building and making videos. Anyways, that's enough about the chair. It looks like we might win this. Maybe. Well, if this guy, that's Flame Walker though, that's not nice. I want this, I want this, I want this.
Job's done.
So hopefully he summons a whole bunch of things right now. And he doesn't, he plays right. Now I just need to do 9 more damage. After you cast a spell, deal 2 damage randomly split among all enemies. Oh no. There we go. Got a 0. That's no good. Where's the owl? I need 2 owls now. Oh, come on, I need something.
Well played.
I mean, even at the owl. Can he kill me before I can kill him? Almost certainly. Almost certainly he can kill me before I can just do 2 damage to the face. He's gonna be at 12.
I have returned.
Shuffle this into your deck. Interesting. So that's the end of me. I don't know if that was really my deck's fault or what. I mean, I think this player just played pretty well. So let's do another game. Malorn, shuffle this minion into your deck when it dies. I would definitely want this on a good druid deck. We're gonna talk about druid, I think, next episode. And having a card like that is kind of a part of the strategy for druid. Unfortunately, I just don't have the cards to do that strategy. It seems like there's one prevalent strategy where I've seen on the druid that works really well, but it requires having some very specific cards. Otherwise, the druid doesn't seem like it. And that happens a lot with these heroes, is that unless you can really become an expert with the hero and have all the right cards that are needed, you can just basically have any deck with them and just use their hero ability however you want. And that'll get you a middle of the road deck. But that's about all you can do until you have the exact right cards. Well, I love a free victory. I'm certainly not going to count that one. I'm up to 1675, and that's good news. The next goal as far as gold is I want to get to 4,500, 4,600, but there's no real timeline. 6 months is about the timeline. I want to have 3,500 before 6 months so I can play the next expansion, because that's when I'm guessing. I have no information that it will be out. And then I want 1,100 on top of that 3,500 so I can have 1,000 in reserve at all times, which technically right now I do have 1,000 in reserve. I just don't have the next expansion in reserve also. And then what I would like to have is the 100 ready. So when I'm at 4,600, that's when I'm going to start saying every time I get 100 gold, I'm just going to spend that 100 gold on a pack. And then we can really start working on unlocking packs. But I'm also going to need to have 150, always refilling 150 for every arena run I do. So there's a lot of gold. A lot of gold. One way I could get up there a lot easier is by winning arena runs. So hopefully, maybe with these new decks and all that we've learned in the past few months, when I start doing arena decks, we will get to the point where we get 5, 6, 7 victories on an arena run, and we start getting hundreds and hundreds of bags of gold, or pieces of gold, to the point where it starts making sense. It would be great if it was just like we should just always do arena runs because we always get that amount of money back and make some profit. Alright, that works. That works pretty good.
Job done.
Still, I kind of feel like the call pet card is getting undervalued a little bit. Because this was a 2 mana and it should have been a 4 mana if I'd wish help with it. But if I'm gonna play it at the beginning on the second turn, it has to be at most a 4 mana. That is the most I could do. Let's try it again. So we do that. That leaves us with 1 mana. It's not terrible. We're running a little lower on cards than the opponent, but it's not really terrible, the scenario. There you go. Misdirection. Or explosive trap. If I do explosive trap, he'll just survive it, so I'm just going to do misdirection. Now, if he summons another thing next turn, then I can do a double shot, multi-shot here, and then it will kill him. But I can't play this card until he summons the second thing, which is irritating.
Job done.
Seems to be working pretty good. We're 20 to 30, and we've got a secret. He has more cards than me, but that's not a big problem. Well, I could do explosive trap now. One thing that's interesting to think about, if he attacks the face while this weapon has value, will he take 1 damage? That is an interesting thought.
Job done.
Attack this creature. She has 1 attack, so if he attacks the face in this direction worked, then yeah, that would have killed it. But he didn't attack the face, interestingly enough, which is fine. Seems like they're about ready to give up after that. They're not moving.
I wonder.
How can you be on your like 7th or 8th turn and not be ready? Let's see. Throw out the core hand. Could pretty much win next 2 turns, turn and a half really. I do 13 here and 2 there, that'll be 15, they'll be down to 1.
Death does not scare me.
Return an enemy to your opponent's hand. Alright. So, we'll play this. Darn it! That was dumb. I wanted to play Unleash the Hounds first. Well, we'll play this. We'll play this. And I guess that's the best we can do. Didn't think that through. Played poorly there. That was some bad strategy, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna really matter. It seems like we're overwhelming them with Beast, and that's really where the Hunter strategy has to be, at least for now. It's just overwhelm them with Beasts. Try to protect your Beast a little bit, but not really that much, even. Yep, and that's why I have this guy in our hand a lot, and in a lot of the decks, because it's annoying as can be. Return it to your hand, it costs 2 less. Just doing everything to restore his health. Well, I don't want to do Unleash the Hounds. So let's see. This and this. Looks good. Smash the face. Smash the face. He's just gonna summon the plus 8 health again. He's gonna play it 5 times if he can. He has 3 copies in the deck, and he's played the original copy, twice. Force an enemy minion to attack everything to the side of it? Why did he choose that? Just to kill it that way, I suppose. Interesting. And he plays the second gang up. He's planning on playing this 8 times. Just ridiculously 8 times. Alright. Unleash the Hound. And this and this. Attack. Attack.
Job done.
Was that the right move? That's usually the strategy that wins the game, but people usually only play Scavenging Hyena and Unleash the Hound when they're guaranteed victory. You don't want to give it time to do things like that. Alright, how about this? Knife Juggler, this.
Job done.
Is playing really tight deck control, just trying to use up all my guys, which isn't working greatly when you're playing a hunter that is designed to just have tons of guys. But I can't activate Misdirection or Explosive Trap until he attacks the face, I think. Alright. Send everything back to the hand.
Death does not scare me.
Okay. Summon this guy. Summon this guy. Summon this guy.
Job done.
End the turn. It's definitely playing towards a strategy. He's using strategy. This isn't just random motions. This is actual thinking it through. But it's still 14 to 30. He's got 18 cards. I've got 10. I am gonna run out of cards way earlier than he is. So what is that, number 4 for the anti-keel bot? Summon this one, attack, kill this one. I guess I'll just end the turn where I'm at. Well, let's see, what do I have left? I have another Scavenging Hyena. I have another Explosive Trap and another Misdirection. I have a Corehound left. So, in theory, I can pull But I have to do it in 8 turns now. If I kill this guy, though, I'll get another opponent. Another guy automatically summoned, which is great. Of course, Deathlord is one way they can make you run out of cards, too. There's Scavenging Hyena right there. And it has charge. We can start using it. Looks like things are going to be turning around now. Of course, I have 6 turns. My last 6 cards all need to work together, and 2 of them aren't really going to. Explosive Trap and Misdirections are the cards I don't want to draw.
I usually work alone.
Alright, so summon this one, summon this one, do that, hit the face. Even if I can get this down to 2 and then they attack the face, that would work. Sadly, there's just no way to trigger the secret if he doesn't satisfy the requirements. Well, there's Corehound. See how he's gonna get out of that one. I have 4 more turns. I can take him out in probably 2. Just return it to my hand. Stall. Multi-shot's useless. Only about 1 of the last 3 cards is useful. So if he can, he's played 2 saps already, I think. So yeah, according to my overlay program, he's already played sap twice. But if he kills, if he's able to kill my Corehound, I'm pretty much boned. So I can't play Explosive Trap, not one bit. The first one has to trigger. You can't have 2 of the same secrets. It's not really ever stated that way either, but it's just how the game works. So I can get him next turn unless he can do something. What can he do? What to do, what to do. I wonder. All I have left of my 2 cards are Misdirection and a Bloodfin Raptor. I am at 30, so I will just be taking a small amount of damage each turn.
Almost out of cards.
This is going down to the wire. Usually I wouldn't say that rogue games end up like this. He seems to know that one of these secrets is going to do some damage to the face because he hasn't attacked my face at all. He's just trying to deck. Alright, get that guy back up to that. Let's see. I have to choose. Do I want to attack this face? And I think I do. I can do 4 damage, even if he kills my guy and kills his with this Alex Straza. Good move, good card. Obviously planning on it, but he's gotta have more heal things. He's gotta have more heal things in his deck. I literally have no K.
Drink with me, friend.
Oh, this is gonna be very strange. If I can win this, it's gonna be very strange. I've got to get him to run out of cards, and that's gonna be in 8 turns. I'll definitely be dead in 8 turns. I've pretty much lost.
Drink with me, friend.
Wow, what a strategy! This is a druid-like strategy that we will see as to how you would play. Is just restore health and restore health and restore health. Here we go. We can kill these 2 guys. At least. Maybe a misdirection will work. I mean, it would work. We still have a chance. Actually, come to think of it, if he summons something very powerful and attacks my face, it would work. Let's see. He's almost back to
Job done.
30. I need him to summon something super powerful. Super powerful. He's choosing not to attack me, which is interesting.
Job done.
He has 5 cards left. What is he doing? What are these cards? What other new concept could you possibly do? He's not going to attack, he's just going to let me die from fatigue. And I take 1 more damage than I did each turn. So I'm going to lose in 2 turns. And he knows it, and he knows I can't do anything. What a terrible way to end an episode. What a terrible way. We should have won this, but the playing a crazy strategy, a very long game. The long game. The longest of long games. Next turn, I'll probably lose. He doesn't care. He's got 3 more draws. Sure, why not? Just return your friendly minions to your hands. Why not? 7. Last turn. Can't do anything different. Man, they've just got me over a barrel. Alexstrasza is an 8 attack, 8 health. If I hadn't killed that one, and instead he had attacked the face with that one, it might have won the game. So we got misdirection here, and we've got explosive trap here, which is great, but it's not gonna win the game for me, and I'm gonna lose as soon as he ends his turn. At least I get my final revenge. He doesn't leave unscathed at a full 30. Take 8 damage and I lose. It's probably the worst beatdown you could have right there. 28 turns that game was. At least thereabout, it might have been 29. That's a lot. That's a lot for a game, and that's a pretty bad beatdown. So that stinks. But also, that's the end of this episode. That's my Hunter's deck. It's not really special. It's just a whole bunch of beasts trying to overwhelm the player with beasts. I couldn't think of anything better. If you can think of anything better, put it down in the description. But let's wrap up. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, there are 2 ways. One is you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Or you can click on the Amazon.com affiliate link down below and just shop normally on Amazon.com. If you want to follow me or friend me, all that information is down below for all the services I'm on. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.